The final playoff push is upon us. It's Week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. And the opening kickoff will not be returned, as that will be a touchback. So here are the Broncos now for their opening drive. And they'll be led by their 5'11" quarterback, and a mobile one at that. From Temple, it's P.J. Walker.
He had the numbers of a game last week that if you win, you talk about him being a gritty guy, managing the game, getting it done. But they lost. So obviously 2 interceptions, 1 touchdown pass, that's not going to be good enough. Got to get that changed around.
They begin the drive with Williams. And an early how do you do right there as they're going to bury him in the backfield. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on first and second down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. To throw is Walker. And he will find his man Sutton. That's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That goes for a gain of 31.
Well, things are looking pretty darn good on this first drive, aren't they? Came right out, set the tone, this time with a big pass play.
And if the peek behind the curtain that they gave us or their game plan, I don't think that's going to be the last one we see.
I think you're exactly right about that.
So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. Working out of the gun here, Walker. Open man, and again it's Sutton. And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35. They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on 2nd and inches. And Charles, you look at this defense, they were a very loose group coming into the week, knowing they kind of had the upper hand going into this one, taking on a team that hasn't won in a month and a half.
And that works well for you if you establish your dominance early in the game against a team that's struggling. But if somehow they fashion some plays together early, knock them back on their heels, that looseness can be used against them. Then they're trying to scramble to make sure they get their game right.
A good chance this is 4-down territory if they're unable to convert. But right now looking at a 3rd and 3. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. And he's going to miss this one. Wide to the left from distance. It's no good, and this will remain a scoreless game. That opening drive looked good for a moment there, but they'll wind up being turned away thanks to the missed field goal.
It does especially hurt when you come into a game on the road. You're trying to get things to go your way early, and now you suffer a setback right out of the gate.
And New York set to take the field. Now they're set up nicely at the 45-yard line after the missed field goal from 55. They'll start on the ground. Hall. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. Now it looks like we've got a Bronco that's banged up on the play. We'll get an update when we return to MetLife Stadium. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Out of the gun. Here's Wilson. Throw left side complete. That's Hall. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. That one good for 37 yards.
Well, partner, that's how you make a long drive suddenly not so long anymore. One big play, and they're already in field goal range with designs on getting more than that.
So after the big play, look at this, all the way down at the 15 now on 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Open man here is Conklin. So the completion good for 7 there, and that will bring up 2nd down. Handoff, running left, here's Hall. And he'll take this from the 9 down to about the 7. During that run, an injury here. We got one of those big blockers in some discomfort. We'll get an update when we return to MetLife Stadium. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. On 3rd and 1, Wilson. This is caught. And the Jets are going to have 1st and goal coming up as they're able to convert there on 3rd and 2. Only their first drive, Charles, but they talked to us about needing to convert on 3rd down, in particular not letting 3rd and short opportunities slip through their fingers. Well, they were successful right there.
It also tells you that they're successful on 1st and 2nd down as well to get to 3rd and manageable and make them able to pick up those 1st downs. Now here we are, 1st and goal. They've got to like what they're doing on this drive.
It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
Back at the 2 now. Here's 2nd and goal. They'll look to run with Hall. And he pushes forward but comes up short of the goal line as he'll get a yard down to about the 1. On 3rd and goal, Wilson. And this will be caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Jets. Garrett Wilson, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Jets are on the board first here this afternoon.
The losing streak had taken on a life of its own, and I think it infiltrates a team when you're on that much of a slide. But this group has managed to focus, come out early, and put a touchdown on the board. They look like they mean business in this one.
They do. Now the key, holding on to that attitude, because, man, that streak has been a struggle for them. Extra point right down the middle, and it's now a 7-0 game. So that drive goes 8 plays. And Garrett Wilson capped things off with a touchdown grab. The Jets kick team out now to boot this one away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll be out of bounds across the 25. So now the second drive offensively coming up for the Denver Broncos. Yeah, they were at field goal range the last time out but couldn't connect.
And it's early in the game, so I don't think that the confidence just goes entirely out of, running your kicker back out there. But let's face it, some coaches have a little bit less patience for that than others. Let's see if they call the game differently now in terms of what they do on drives and not try and settle for field goals.
Throwing on 2nd down. Walker got a man open. It's Sutton. And to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8 yards. On 3rd and short, they'll try option left. And he's going to run into a brick wall right in the middle of the field, and I don't think he got there. Call it no gain on the keeper, and it's going to bring up a 4th down.
4th and short, partner. I mean, this would be a really risky call. Here we are in the first quarter.
On your own side of the field.
Own side of the field. But, boy, what a tone setter that would be to go for it and get it, wouldn't it?
You're gritty today. I like it.
I'm feeling it.
The Broncos send out their punter now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. Davis now to return it, and he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. Call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And the Jets will take over 1st and 10. Now Hall to start the drive. And a pretty little juke move there on a nice gain. A good gain on 1st, has him set up with 2nd and just a couple of inches now from the 29. Play action. Now Wilson. That is caught. It's Uzomah. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. A 1st down there on a pickup of 25.
2nd and short, that's a rundown, so it's definitely a good time to go play action if you're feeling it. And they do so and pick up a 1st down.
So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 32-yard line. On 1st and 10, it's Hall. And he gets stopped up at the 31 after a gain of maybe a yard.
He's brought down at the 31. A gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 9.
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Second quarter now from MetLife Stadium. The Jets with the football here as they're looking at a 2nd down and 9 to go. Hall again on 2nd down. It's a 4-yard pickup there, and it leaves him with 3rd and 5. Here's Wilson. They'll set up the screen for Hall. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. They'll wind up losing 3 here on the play, and that'll bring up 4th down.
To me, this is a case of if you're not getting the ball, you've got to do your job and block for the guy who is, because there really wasn't much there, and boy, the defense took advantage with that loss.
And the defense, they were just locked in there on 3rd. They had more guys than they could block. And this is right down the middle as he puts it through, and that will extend their lead even further. So that one on target, and it adds to this first half lead.
And maybe we're too early to worry too much about 1-score lead, 2-score lead, etc. But this is where you kind of start banking those points that come in helpful later on.
Taken in at the 3. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. Denver's offense now set to go. Nothing for him yet from an offensive standpoint, down 10-zip as they come up 1st and 10. Here's Walker. He'll be taken down. The Jets get in there for the sack. John Franklin Myers, the one in there to drop it.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, their quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. Another try after the 1st down sack. Walker, this one complete to Jerry Jeudy. He's got room past the 30. Down the right sideline. Jerry Jeudy racing to the end zone. Touchdown, Broncos. Jerry Jeudy, his first touchdown on the year. And the Broncos are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6. For Jerry Jeudy, this is why he was a first-round pick back in 2020. The route running, the hands are great, but the speed, that sets him apart.
Yeah, and this is no ordinary run after the catch. This is supersized right here. He's able to look it in, turn upfield, and then it's as simple as looking for the area where the defenders aren't. And then he outruns them all the way to the end zone.
And you can see the distance traveled there after the catch on the next-gen stats. McManus's point after is good, and that'll cut it to 3 at 10-7. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And Davis content just to bring this out to the 25-yard line. So here are the Jets now to take over. They've dropped 5 straight coming in, so right now cherishing this lead. And they've got the football as well, 1st and 10. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he's upended at the 33, following a good pickup of 8.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Hall again on 2nd down. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. 41 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far.
That was good, tough running right up the middle. And if the defense can't penetrate and make him slow his pace or change direction, that's often the end result.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Hall again. He'll get it up near midfield to the 49 before being taken down.
Just shy of midfield. 4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
On second down, a run with Hall. And he's fortunate to get anything from that. Give him a yard up to the 49. Well, this offense on third down today, they've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. Room here to run. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. That good for 19 and a first down.
I definitely like the play call. You don't expect it on 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6, do you? You expect a pass play. Had a little courage there to call the run, and boy, they were successful.
So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory. Down at the 31. Oh, it's a jet sweep. Here's Davis. Justin Simmons up from his safety spot to make the tackle. The Jets had 3 and 8 on the year, and they come in the midst of a pretty bad stretch here. Losers of 5 straight.
And far be it from me to go ahead and go gloom and doom, right? If they fall down 7-0, 14-0, all of a sudden the cycle starts all over again. So the best way out of this for them, they need something to happen positive early in this game. That's a great way to help break this losing skid. For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. Taking in left side, it's Wilson. And the Jets are going to be set up with a 1st and goal here as the tackle made at the 9.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
Now Wilson. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down. 2 minutes remaining in the first half. 10-7 our score. Line of scrimmage. Again, the 4-yard line. 2nd and goal. Here's Wilson to throw. And down he goes. Pressure gets him back at the 14. It's the former Michigan man, Chase Winovich, who gets in there to bring him down.
2nd goal, last thing you need to do is get pushed backwards to take a sack. But he couldn't find anywhere to go with the football, had to eat it, and ended up on the ground.
A big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal. Here's Wilson. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And his kick is good. And the lead stretches to 6 here. It's 13-7. So a long drive gets him down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
And he takes this near the 25, just a little pass there, called it the 26. And Denver getting set to take the field. And looking at this situation, Charles, you got more than a minute. You've got all 3 timeouts. Probably no need to play this safe.
So what you're saying is that we're doing a little bit of a mind meld here, aren't we? Because I'm thinking along the same lines as you. This amount of time, don't be compelled to play it too safe. This is a chance to get points on the board. Press it a little bit.
And especially since a touchdown here gets you the lead. Buried by multiple defenders on the drive's first play.
Okay, was it a breakdown in protection? Did the running back not pick him up? What does it really matter? Sometimes it's just a great play made by the defense. Big-time sack.
to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Now Walker. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Williams. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. The Jets will bring in a nickel set as they try to stop this 3rd down. Up the middle, it's Williams. And he'll take this one up close to the 25-yard line. Now a second timeout called for by the defense as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. The Broncos send out their punter now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. So possession goes over here on the punt.
And the Jets will take over. The Jets take it over again. Breece Hall making his way out with the offense.
And he's well on his way to a 100-yard game. He's already more than halfway there. We're only in the 2nd quarter.
And what I've always loved about running backs is they'll tell you, I had no idea how many yards I had.
Right.
Those guys have an innate sense of where they are in a ball game and how many yards they've accumulated, because you know they're always working towards 100.
He's been working well towards 100 here. He finds Corey Davis. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line.
Wilson on the hook up to Davis. 1st down, Jets.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
The Jets going to go ahead and use their final timeout as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. They'll throw on 1st down with Wilson. And he's going to hook up with his big tight end, complete.
And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40.
A good pickup, but it will come on what should be the final play in this first half. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. So we've hit halftime here at MetLife Stadium with the home team, the Jets, leading this one. As we get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, 5 weeks, they're over. We once again got a full slate of games to get to. Let's take a look at the next-gen stats in that first half from the Broncos. And despite the fact that they're down on the scoreboard, they were able to have some success throwing the football in that opening half. Meanwhile, for the Jets, we check out their numbers on the ground as they'll try to keep the momentum going into the second half.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And not a good return here at all, as they'll be forced to start at the 12-yard line. And the Jets head out on offense here to start this 3rd quarter. And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better, and I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation and pick up those pass rushers, because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
And the Broncos get there and take him down. Bradley Chubb able to record his 5th sack of the season.
I'm sure a lot of time was spent in the locker room, Charles, talking with his defense about setting a tone here in the 3rd quarter when you're down on the scoreboard. A sack like that, maybe that can get them going.
Yeah, you have to believe exactly what you just said, that they got together and said, let's be some change agents here. Let's go ahead and turn things around. Let's be the force that gets us going here in the second half and puts us in a position to find a way to win the game.
On 3rd down, Wilson. And he's got a man, Corey Davis.
And he is going to have a Jets 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Whenever we talk about moving the sticks and controlling the football, there's a great example right there. Those are the 3rd downs you need to convert to win football games. We're in the 3rd quarter of this one, and this is a tight one. In order to maintain pace keep the ball away from the other team and put points on the board. Those are the plays they need to continue to convert.
Straight ahead is Hall. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. From the 27, Wilson. That's complete. It's Elijah Moore. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. 22 yards on the catch and run, a first down.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
2 first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Give to Hall running right. And a nice move will yield nothing as he's stopped behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. Hall again on 2nd down. And a good push there defensively as they stop him at the 48. A gain of just 1. Now it's Wilson. Looking middle, and that's complete. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos 39. The Jet passing game in rhythm. They've got another first.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down.
So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 39-yard line. Paul on a give up the middle, and he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Now Wilson. Over the middle, it's complete. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos 28. Give them 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward. A handoff for Hall. And he's able to motor his way down to the 16-yard line. 91 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. To the right side, and he's got more complete. So the completion good for 6 yards, and that's going to bring up 2nd down.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helped to have a guy who can turn it loose, and boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
4 yards remain on 2nd down. Ball on the 10. Here's a give to Hall. He pushes forward for maybe 3 down to the 6-yard line.
The tackle made at the 6-yard line. Brings up 3rd down.
Wilson now to throw on 3rd down. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough.
And in a lot of ways, that catch is expected. Red zone presence, and that one was realized there. You've got to find your tight end in that situation.
So another 3rd down conversion, and now they've got a 1st and goal. Now it's Wilson. Got a man, it's caught. Touchdown, Jets. Tyler Conklin from 3 yards out. And the Jets take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead.
Circle that drive because that might be one to remember. Well executed to give them a little cushion.
Well, let's take it into the boxing ring. You talk about them commanding it, keeping the fight where they wanted to, whether it was in the center of the ring or putting them on the ropes because it was jab, jab, jab. And finally, the haymaker to put that drive away.
And he is not going to get in there. He stops short of the goal line, and the lead is going to stay right where it is.
The Jets kick team out now to boot this one away.
Taken in at the 3. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line.
So now a look at the Broncos as they head back out there for their first possession of the second half.
Well, the opposition laid down the challenge and opening drive touchdown here to start the second half. And, Charles, now you feel like this group needs to get an answer because this all of a sudden is a 2-score game.
Yeah, you're right about that. What was a small, magical spread to overcome? A little bit more daunting now. I think you're exactly right. Pressure is on because you don't want them getting the ball back with a chance to really extend this lead out.
Well, they may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down.
Certainly no settling into the drive there. They came right out on the first play and attacked the middle of the field for a big gainer and a first down.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line.
Walker. Pass complete to Judy on the out route.
He's going to be out of bounds on what's going to wind up being the final play of quarter number 3. 3 quarters in the books. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here at MetLife Stadium. It's the Broncos trailing, but they do have possession of the football as we begin quarter number 4. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up third down.
Now Walker.
To the sideline, and oh, that's well done. Able to drag the feet. He's going to have the first down. And they get 10 yards there and convert on third.
Good yardage on the completion there. And when they look at the scoreboard, they do understand a field goal is not going to do them any good. My guess, they're going to press the ball downfield as far as possible, try and throw it into the end zone and get a score because they know they've got to get that done and get the ball back as quickly as possible.
So in Jet territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Working out of the gun here, Walker finding Sutton on the out route who makes a catch.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Walker now.
Eluding the pressure right. And he works his way past the line of scrimmage and then slides to a halt. 4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave him with a third and about 4 more for a first.
To throw is Walker.
Got a man over the middle. It's Williams.
And he will have a Broncos first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
And in a 2-score game, obviously, every play, every third down, like we saw there, magnified, big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is to not even get to third down. They've got to maximize time and conserve as much as possible.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9.
2nd and 3 from the 9. Now we give up the middle to Williams. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. So they need 2 yards here on 3rd down. Remember, they're already 2 of 2 on 3rd down conversions on this drive. Got a man. It's Judy complete. And the Broncos are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong. You're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball.
So another 3rd down conversion, and now they've got a 1st and goal. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he'll be stopped about a yard shy of the goal line after a pickup of about 3. On 2nd and goal, Walker. And the pass is caught. Touchdown, Denver. Jerry Jeudy. A great play there. With 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Broncos have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. Taken at the goal line. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. And New York set to take the field. And with that last touchdown, I mean, we're set up for a good finish here. Some things to consider, Charles. Obviously, it's a very close game. You're in the 4th quarter. Defensively, they've got all 3 timeouts in their back pocket.
So the chess match really ramps up, doesn't it? Because in these situations, what do? Do you run the ball and kill the clock here? Or do you try and bury them with another score? And how about defensively? Do you use your timeouts at earliest opportunity? Or wait till you hit the 2-minute warning? So there's a lot going into this one. Let's see how each side goes about their strategy.
Give them 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for 3rd. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So it's Jets football as we get you reset here. Now this is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. And he's brought down short. 2 yards there, needed 4. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. Here's the Jets punter now as he'll come on to kick this one away. He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And the Broncos take over, 1st down and 10. So the Broncos now down on the scoreboard. At time, a huge factor. Now their losing streak in danger of continuing as they come up on 1st down. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. The Broncos in their hurry-up trying to get to their positions and get set quickly. Walker's throw here into the hands of the receiver, Jeudy. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a 1st down. Escaping the pressure right. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there. It's 2nd down. Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set. Flushed out right. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. He's back to throw. And that will be incomplete. Walker looking to throw on 4th down. He's going to let it fly. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Jets are going to get the football here in great field position. So the defense has to stay out and get one more stop. They were able to do it, forcing the incompletion.
So on their record, that goes down as a successful play. Doesn't matter how they got there, how it happened. They got it done. They're the ones that are jubilant.
The Jets, with victory seemingly in hand, they take the knee. Now the Broncos will use their third and final timeout as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. Down to a knee one more time, and that should just about do it. Close game that went down to the wire, Charles, but a clean one, too. No turnovers in this contest.
I think you're exactly right about that. To me, this is just a pair of offenses trying to find the slightest bit of separation from each other.